BCM. And one of the things I decided to do was interview Sergei Diakov today, or this week rather, and I want to do something a little different. Okay, so Nathaniel, go ahead and fire up a video. We're going to see the interview I did with Sergei here. All right, Sergei, look, it's an absolute pleasure to have you available for an interview here. We've read your news release. I've digested a lot of what it says, but I'd like for you to give people an impression of what you think you're onto there. You've got two new holes out, hole 7 and 8, that you've drilled here recently. You talk about the visuals in a recent news release. Tell us more.
Yeah, thank you. It's a great pleasure, Quinton, like always, speaking with you and talking to the Crescott Capital audience. 2 drill holes we recently drilled. That's a part of the phase 3 drilling, which consists of 7 drill holes in total. One, number 7, was drilled in the highest, strongest magnetic anomaly, and it picked up quartz monzonite mineralized intrusion. The alteration is predominantly sericitic with the propylitic and patches of potassic alteration. So we drilled down to the depth of about 2,700 feet and decided to stop that because basically the drill hole confirmed presence of magnetite in the stockwork, and that's probably the reason of that high magnetic anomaly. The next drill hole, TK8, was really the drill between TK3 and TK5, and it went through a thick cover, but picked up more than 1,000 feet of skarn mineralization. It's a marble diopside skarn with significant amount of magnetite breccia, and magnetite carries the sulfides. So, of course, the samples are in preparation. They will go to the lab, but in the field, promptly we are testing using a field night gun, and it picked up a very, very good presence of copper in the mineralization. So, yeah, very intriguing drill hole. At certain time, we'll come back. We'll think about how to not really re-drill, but add more value with the information and drill somewhere nearby. But still, the main purpose is to reach the porphyry intrusion and also confirm extensions of this well-mineralized skarn.
Okay, so that's quite exciting. To put it in context for people, the skarn is really the cooked up rock that would be around the porphyry. And it sounds like you're seeing a very, very substantial volume of such rock. And in this case, it is hosting sulfide minerals, like you said. You use a nighttime gun. It's basically an XRF gun that zaps a small spot. So you testing, we'll call it, select spots in the core, but you're seeing the right elements here. You're seeing pyrite, you're seeing pyrite and pyrrhotite, and the assays will tell us more about the overall grades. But to me, it sounds like you are getting very, very close to the potential source, the porphyry that was driving the system. Tell us a little bit more about what you mean by the magnetite skarn there. Let's say it did continue. Like what one might expect to see in the magnetite skarn?
Magnetite carries the main volume of mineralization. These are breccia. So basically, at certain stage when the skarn was formed, and you were correct, skarn is kind of enveloped in the porphyry intrusion, because the porphyry intrusion came into contact with the carbonate rocks, limestones and dolomites, and that's geochemical disequilibrium. And when the heat and the intrusion starts cooling, the heat radiates, solutions are coming as a result of cooling of the intrusion, forming the mineralized stockwork within the intrusion itself. But also caking, basically quenching the carbonates, turning them into marble, but also at the same time, through structures, there is numerous breccias developing because it's kind of probably partly explosive nature of the ore formation, and then brings lots of magnetite, and magnetite brings along with it brings lots of sulfide. It's interesting when we'll look at the individual breccia. The majority is contained within the magnetite breccia, but also there is a halo of disseminated sulfides around magnetite. So basically, in this particular skarn, we are dealing with a significant event. Again, once again, we're going back to the porphyry. It's a significant size magnetic event that could form such very big, wide zones of skarnification.
Okay, so really that magnetite skarn sounds like a very important target. In fact, that might be your number one target here. That could be what hosts a substantial volume of mineralized, hopefully copper mineralized skarn here. Okay, so that's a very, very important story. I appreciate you giving that clarity to our listeners. I think the important thing for people to take away is that this is an 8-hole program, and it does take usually a couple of dozen, say, holes to hone in on the prize in a big system like this. But once you find it, it's these can be really big prizes.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we are striving towards. The critical thing also just getting all geological information about the system because it's totally blind. And with the drilling is the main tool of basically following the mineralization, but also just collecting all necessary information that we could put in the three-dimensional interpretation. And that should help us to vector to the highest grade mineralization. Now, previously we were just targeting porphyry, but now we are targeting both skarns and porphyry, underlying porphyry, causative porphyry with it.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you very much, Sergei. That's very helpful for our listeners, and we'll look forward to seeing what you come up with next.
Yeah, we're looking forward to exciting results.
It was a test drive of doing an interview like that. So, it worked a little glitchy. I think the Wi-Fi doesn't like having to show a video like that. But otherwise, I hope people got a little better impression. Look, Sergei is quite famous. He's the fellow that found Oyu Tolgoi over in Mongolia. So the guy knows how to find ore bodies. He really knows how to pick apart some complex geology like they've encountered in these drill holes. And chase the thing until he makes a discovery. So, people want to see, we got a discovery in this hole. It's getting there. Okay, this hole looks very good. Be anxious to see what the assays do tell us. Certainly a large volume of skarn was encountered. The hole ended in skarn, which is a bit of a pity because I really would have liked to see what was a bit further down hole. but it's demonstrably there. There's something big lurking there. Okay, so let's see what they come up with. All right, let's go to the next slide.